Yeah, that's great. Oh, I forgot I changed my resolution. I really got to start testing all my scenes before going live. That's great. Anyways, I'm gonna fix this real quick and get my audio test going, and then we'll get started. Um, yeah, so I got a cool stream planned for you today. I hope you're gonna enjoy it. I hope I can get this resized. Give me a bigger canvas. Thank you. Alright, yeah, that'll do. Alright. So, I'm gonna make sure that my audio is going through, everything sounds good. I look a little quiet right now, so I'm just gonna boost it back up to where it's supposed to be. That looks about right. And good. Stream is live. The 1080p is working. Title was set properly. Yes, we will indeed be chatting. Alright. A little bit longer latency than I was expecting, unless I didn't get the right. Yeah, there we go now. Really, yes, we will indeed be chatting. Excellent. It's actually probably a little loud. Really gotta tune my voice a little more. I need to work on that. Scribbling these down here. Alright, without further ado. Alright. Oh, logo's still on. Get out of here, logos. Alright, yeah, so today we are going to be, well, I am going to be installing this 3D printed mount for my HTC Vive TPCast wireless system for the battery here. What that's going to allow me to do is no longer have to wear a belt with, a hook on it, or, I've been using like not a fanny, anything but a fanny pack, because I feel like that would just be unacceptable. So I've been using like this one shoulder like backpack, and it's there, it swings around a little bit. So the belt has been a nice solution. So I recently got a tracking puck and the belt, and on that was one of these little cloth or elastic bands, and I was able to slide the battery inside of the band so that it would hold on, and that worked pretty well. It wasn't as cumbersome. It was just like, oh, here, clip this belt on, and then whether I'm using the tracker or not, it's just there. So I think the best solution is going to be to have this mounted to the top of the headset. I'm hoping it's not going to be too heavy, but I'm also hoping that it's going to balance out the headset a little bit. If need be, I can move the transmitter for the TPCast unit forward to offset it a little bit more. But I recently did a similar mod to my Quest, and that turned out really well. I think I have enough room to set this aside and show you that right here. So this is my Oculus Quest, and I've since printed out a mount that allows me to attach this Anker 20,000 milliamp hour battery to my Quest, which is like 3 times or 4 times its total capacity. I don't have the exact specs up right now, but I'm pretty sure this is like a 4,000 milliamp hour. Correct me in the comments, please. And then this being 20,000 means it'll, allow you to deplete this, or have it charged and plug it in the entire time, and it'll basically run 4 times the life expectancy. So that's awesome, and I happen to have 2 of those batteries. On top of that, I noticed that it was a little bit heavy, and I happen to have one of these Aukey 10,000 milliamp hour batteries on hand. Now, while this won't work for the TPCast because of the specific layout of the USB ports, this does, however, fit the same form factor, and with a little bit of adjustment on this Velcro strap here, I was able to slide this in, and it fit really well. I actually roughed this print out because I wasn't able to monitor the print, so I had to just let it run, and I didn't put supports on, so I needed to reprint it with supports, and also the cooling fan was off for the majority of this, so I went ahead and reprinted it. I still got some cleanup to do because I attached a brim because of the tree-like supports, But everything came out really nice. You know, I got a little bit of cleanup to do, but I did also notice that this fits in here much tighter now. I feel much more safe and secure, like with this moving around, that's not going to come out of there. Whereas the first one I printed, it was a little bit loose, and I went ahead and secured it with that Velcro strap. So whether that will be required in the future is to be determined, but I think this is really awesome. So this is actually a print I got off of Thingiverse, and I'll put the link to that below in the description for you YouTubers out there. But I actually remixed this and added this little window here for the battery button for this AUKey battery. So this again was made originally for the Anker PowerCore 20100. And they just happen to be the same form factor. I'm sure that AUKey probably did that on purpose. If they didn't and it was unintentional, then well, cool, because it worked out in our favor. But anyways, I'll be uploading this model to Thingiverse as a remix, so that if anybody wants to use it for this application, they can do that. So yeah, enough about that. Again, I was just kind of giving people a few minutes to get in here. I think that we're pretty much set right now. If you're in the chats, feel free to say hello. But yeah, back to what I was saying is that this is the Quest. This has that mod on it, so I'm doing a similar thing to the HTC Vive. So let's get to it. All right. So there's not going to be a whole lot to this mod. It's relatively simple. Essentially, what we'll be doing is just attaching. Getting this propped up here. And I may have to adjust the camera so that you can see better. Movable camera. It's always told that sound effects make everything better, so even a little jingle can go a long way. That was not a Jingle All the Way reference. Anybody was thinking I was trying to do something there like that. Not intentional. All right. So I guess we'll show you how this works before getting it mounted on here. So what happens here is I'm going to place the TPCast battery cradle and transmitter. So this is a transmitter for the unit, so that allows me to do this wirelessly without having to have it directly hooked up to my computer via HDMI and USB. What it does is it pops into right there, and it holds in pretty sturdy by itself. You know, it's a little bit loose on one end, but it's definitely, it holds on loose at this end a little bit, but it holds in there, happily. Has proper areas for all the venting, so it seems to work pretty well. But then the battery slides in here like so and turns the unit on. So it's now powered. You can see the lights start kicking on inside, and also we're able to see the battery indicator's level, or level of the battery via its indicator. So once it's in there, this feels really good and like sturdy. This doesn't feel like it's going to come out. The USB ports always hold on to this pretty well, but this whole thing feels solid. So what we're going to end up doing is mounting this. Focus. This camera is great. Thank you. All right. What we're going to end up doing is mounting this on the back of the helmet, or headset rather. And this is the deluxe audio strap. So we'll be mounting it on the back of that via Velcro straps, and then we'll be good. So yeah, that shouldn't really even take that long. I figured this would be a good way to start tonight's stream. We talk about last night's stream since it was a little bit different. I thought it went really well. I got a green screen set up in my office here, and it's kind of like a temporary hanging for right now, but it's there, and it's hung temporarily right now, and it works really well. It's a 10 foot by, I think, 12 foot. And it's nice. I do have to work on the lighting, as suggested by one of the YouTube comments. So I will definitely do that. Alright, so a few things that I learned from doing this particular thing on the Quest already is that I'm going to match the burrs and the cloth of the Velcro straps with that of the ones on the actual strap here. So, and what that's going to do is that's just going to keep it in location a little bit better. So I'm going to dry fit. I can turn this all over so that you can see it better. I may... Oh, one of my lights died. I was wondering, I was like, why is all of this really dark? Need something to prop this up. Get my hard drive caddy. Yeah, that should work. Cool. Focus. Thank you. Alright, let me get this light plugged in real quick. So I've got these stick lights that are touch capacitive to turn them on. They do both a cool light, a warm light, and then like a flashing for indicating where it is in the shot. And then you can also adjust the intensity, so you're able to dim it down and brighten it up. And it doesn't have like a visible flicker on most DSLR cameras, so it's a good option. It does, however, while charging, have a slight little whine to it. I don't know if you can hear it, but anyways. Alright. Let there be bright light. I don't think that's going to fit there. Sweet. Alright. Now that you've got some light and a nice view, making sure that the camera's not going to fall here. Alright. So now, as I was saying, we're going to attach this so that the hooks match up on this. So that way it kind of holds itself down. I'm going to leave the excess along the bottom. So what I'll do is I'll pull it through this way. Give that some good force. There we go. Do the same here. I think if maybe I moved it up a little bit further, it might fit a little better. Yeah. Excellent. One down. Move that one just a little more. Yeah, that's on there. It ain't going nowhere. Don't foresee myself taking this off often, if at all. I'm going to have the hardest time trying to find a custom fitted bag for either of these headsets now. Alright, so that's that. Now we have attached it. Got to do something with the excess cable. In the case of my Quest, I wrapped the cable around this right here. I don't know if that's going to work for this, but we'll give it a shot and see. Hadn't tried that yet. I don't know if it's going to be bothersome on the back of the headset, if it's going to tug. If anything, I'm going to leave some excess on the end here. But pull it out all the way so that we can make sure that it's got enough slack. Yeah, that still needs more. Nobody's going to have that big of a head, though. Okay. Now that I got the length situated, continue to wrap the cable around. And it may be better for me to Velcro this down a little bit. The cable on my Quest is actually a cloth cable, and it's able to hook onto the reverse side of the Velcro. It was kind of an added benefit of having switched that around. Alright, I think this is going to actually work really, really nicely. If these go there, yeah, that already fits, like, nice. Okay. So I've now attached, the transmitter battery cradle here. I don't know how well that's going to work, if at all. I may have to just bundle it up and attach it, like, on the back here. But I still wanted to leave accessibility for the knob. I'll do a test fit real quick. I don't think I feel the cables. Nope. I mean, they're there. Maybe I could feel it a little bit, but it's comfortable. Yeah. Alright, so that's pretty much the mod. I'll probably reprint this in a different color at some point. Right now I just had Pet G in blue, so that just happened to be the color that I wanted to choose for this project. Looks like this is misaligned just a little bit. There we go. So how this works now is that I have my battery, it's got a charge, I'll put it in USB down, slide it in, and it powers up. And that gives the headset all the juice. I'll do my first weight test here. It's a little hefty on the back side. Definitely something I'm going to have to get used to. May even have to counterweight it on the front. Or, like I said, move the transmitter for the video up or something. I'll figure that out. But if you're in the chat, make sure to say hello. Always glad to say hi to the viewers. You're kind of why I'm here. I mean, really, I just like to play games, and I like people to join in on the experience and see what games have to offer. I also like the archival nature of Twitch and YouTube. Sweet. So that looks like that was a success. Not too much to the mod. Just really had to install that, and then, like I said, now it is a little bit hefty on the weight in the back, so maybe I'll even consider moving it up to like this bracket here, to kind of shift the weight forward. I think that would be a reasonable solution to that. Don't know what the mount would look like. Probably have to like slide down on this plastic piece. The other alternative that I could do is slide this a little bit more forward. Right now I had it positioned there so that I could easily remove and adjust that strap, but I could very well slide that, a good bit forward so that now it's got some more weight in the front. I mean, that piece is not that heavy anyways, but yeah, I would say this mod is a success. That was pretty easy to do. You could see on the back side there, once it focuses, that wire does kind of stick through, but I didn't really feel it. I maybe I felt it a little bit. I don't know. It does feel kind of like flat along the whole back side, so it's hard to say whether one particular thing is poking. But I didn't really notice it, but I was looking for it. So yeah. Any questions, Bueller? All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end it then. So I got about 10 minutes until I'll be live again. If you want to cast some votes, I've reset the vote counter for the Twitch picks. So I'm trying to poll and see what game you want me to play. So if you've already voted, feel free to vote again. If you like this video, feel free to do the like thing. If you like all of my videos, more than one at least, consider subscribing. You could do that subscribe button down there, and then maybe watch some of these videos. Anyways, I will be back in about 10 minutes or so. See you then. Oh man, I didn't fix this one either. Alright. We'll just go to logos. Nah, I didn't fix that one either. Yeah, we'll just do that. So what just happened there is that I switched this to 1080p, and I didn't check any of my canvases because they don't remember the resolutions. So I only checked camera and I think logos. But anyways, now I have to fix those again before switching back to 720p. Need to see if there's a way to make configs in OBS. Now I have to redo my outro. Never mind. I'll be back.